welcome.
Good choice.
You found
That's
us.
a good number.
Steph may or may not be able to join us.
Okay.
I think she
cool.
said she couldn't.
Okay.
Okay.
It's
Welcome.
unlikely.
You found us. We are Army Project 529. Well, we're the admin team. Army Project 529 is actually the community of awesome Army that we have just helped create, connect, content, community. That's what we're here for. So welcome. And if you are Army, it doesn't matter if you're baby Army, you just found them, or your OG Army, you've been with them since before debut and on. Welcome. And today is our midweek tea. Every Wednesday, we do our midweek tea. And it's about 90 minutes of us talking about things that have been going on Kim Namjoon's internet.
Skipping ahead from you're skipping
Exactly.
ahead.
You're skipping quite ahead
Well,
in the agenda.
I'm sorry.
Taking away my role.
Just literally
Listen,
snatching the
listen,
words out of Dr.
at
Bauer.
this moment in time, I feel like Bogdan would never.
In my defense, literally the only thing that's written on the agenda for me is welcome and intro. So I'm just going with it. Going with it. It just says welcome and intro, Christina.
Are you new? You're new here, aren't you?
You know what?
New kid in the block. Only thing.
You know what? You know what?
It's a whole thing.
Welcome and intro. I'm checking it off the list. Patricia, you're up next. Go.
Okay. We're all... Okay. He's done. No more. He's cut off. We're all about finding community and we also content, but about finding community. There's
Come here,
a couple
cat.
things
You love
we
me.
say. I put together a map. There's 5,600 people in it. Why aren't you in it? I can put you in the map. Why aren't you in it? You can find friends in your area if you're in the map. And we have people all friends in your area if you're in the map. And we have people all around the world. So if you're watching this from the other side of whatever ocean surrounds the United States, you might be able to find someone. We have people in islands everywhere. So
Random little islands. It's great.
we have them. And then we also have a real life meetup, which this year, last year happened in September. This year is happening in July. It starts July 25th. Happens in Kansas City because it's the most central point that we can find in the United States that everybody could fly to or get to. We have a lot of fun. Last year we had kind of a day and a half. This year we're having 3 full days of fun and shenanigans. And we had a blast last year. You should join us this year. There's still spaces open. You can get a room, you can get a roommate and just hang out with us. We do concerts, we do a costume party, we do a lot of things. So come and join us in Kansas City this summer. We're gonna have a lot of fun. And this year, all of them will be back. So we don't know what is gonna happen. We might get alive in the middle.
Who knows? Who knows?
No.
And unlike the hotel manager where we stayed during our trip to Chicago, we're in charge of the AV system in Kansas City. So if a Weaver situation takes place, we're in control of that big
That's
screen.
right.
So
That was a low-key drag. Love it. Low-key drag.
we don't have to sit individually around the room on our 150 devices.
In his defense, we were super loud.
In his defense, he had no fucking clue what we meant by can we just put a random Korean man? You have no idea.
I
who
did
that
go
is
ask.
on
I
the
said,
big screen of your lobby.
Are we able to stream from this TV? No. Oh, okay. So we can't watch anything on it. No. Okay, I'm gonna go now.
For shame.
Yeah, in their defense, they didn't know what they missed out on.
Yeah.
Goodness.
Pretty sure they didn't know that Hobie was gonna be in that robe with robe
with the rude ass cup of soup.
Well,
That soup was an anti-fan. Tell you.
There was a lot of like move the soup in the comment.
a whole ton of
Move the
comments.
soup.
Just move the soup.
Move the
It was
soup.
a kid
Do us a solid, Hobie.
that
Do us a solid and
exercised.
move the soup.
Yeah, there was that. Remember that live with JK, and the number one comment was "Move the fucking chair." This was very similar. It was very similar in
Yeah.
vibes. To move the chair was move the soup. So
Yeah.
Army is consistent. We are very fucking consistent.
And I can
will
say that I
that.
was one of the voices that said move the soup. I actually
I'm sure we all did. Yeah.
I'm
But some
pretty
of us,
sure
some of us were
every
actually
one of us-
commenting it.
Yeah, so I was verbalizing
Nice
move
guy.
the soup. I don't know that I actually got into the comments.
I did.
But a sure fuck ton of people did. So
Yeah.
he got the picture. He got the message.
I
He
like
just
that. A
admitted
sure
it.
fuck ton. Little less than a metric ton.
Yeah.
Almost a metric
A
ton.
sure fuck ton.
Almost a metric ton.
Assuredly, it was a fuck ton.
A sure fuck ton. Yeah, it's more than an unsure fuck ton.
It's
For sure, for positive.
but it's not as much as absolutely definitively.
Hi, Sky.
Hi, Sky.
Yeah, should
Are
we
you
give a
guys
quick
going
update
to
for
talk
people,
about BTS?
for
So we
people
were
who
talking-
have not been on our lives in a while? I'm seeing at least a few people who were not able or to watch our YouTube lives.
Yeah.
Asking who went to see Hobie. Everybody except me.
Older army. Watch
Yeah.
it.
And that's okay. I'm having a baby in 2 weeks, so I couldn't go.
You be careful with that older, my friend.
Okay, we're hags, actually. That's our.
That's
what
kind
you pay
of
for
our
us.
thing.
Welcome.
It's us.
What else?
That's us. We've been viral
Okay.
for being Hag Army, my friend. So there you
So
go.
we were talking about community, but
So there you
so
go.
we were talking about community, but
Hold on.
There's
Are we? Did you
content.
say, Katie? Are we welcome?
I think
are
we're
we?
done with Patricia's, maybe.
yes, there's also content, and the content goes to Quince.
Oh, okay.
Yay. Look at us
We
go.
could introduce ourselves before we move on to the news.
Well,
Yeah, we had some people. We have some new
Yeah.
people, and we have some people who said they hadn't seen our YouTube live, so they were asking how we were doing.
oh, we're good.
We're doing.
We're doing great, sweeties.
I was
Can't
about
you
to say
tell?
we're doing great, but
We're surviving.
we're doing adequately.
Listen,
In many ways, we
It-
are
I
very-
dragged myself to Chicago. I screamed my lungs out for 2 nights in a row for Hobie. And everything after that has just been, kind of meh.
The blur.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to get out of that meh,
Yeah. But no, we're doing well. We're doing well. We decided to come back to TikTok for one night of our lives since she decided to not go away. And we honestly missed the engagement that we were getting from TikTok as well. So we thought we would try splitting again and see how it goes. So that's why we are back here. We're doing okay, and welcome to the new people. We will introduce the project, I guess, before we move on to the news. But let us get through our intro stuff first. I guess this is kind of an intro. I might as well, because if I'm going to
Yeah,
talk,
you could do it.
Wow,
This
I
is a
might as
good
well.
segue for telling us about the
All right.
project.
Well, welcome. This is Army Project 529.
Welcome.
You've wandered into our web of haggery and fuckery. Congratulations to you. So we
We have fun
are
here.
an internet-based fan project that started. There's typically 6 of us. Our founder, Stephanie, could not be here tonight. But Stephanie had an idea when BTS members were entering the military. What if we had a sort of club, community, some way we could watch BTS content together, get Army together and keep Army community alive while BTS was in the military? Because we'd obviously be bored because they wouldn't be releasing anything while they were in the military.
So much silence.
So why don't we somehow put together all their content and then watch it chronologically until they come back?
Because we'll be bored.
We'll be
Like
bored.
a book club. A book club.
We're gonna be so bored.
Full
Yeah.
content.
Totally bored.
Content.
A book club
Absolutely
for bored
bored.
people.
We're gonna
Yeah.
we're gonna watch content and then we're gonna talk about it together. Much
Yeah.
like a book club. That's it.
Yeah.
So, the last 4 went into the military, and we launched our project on January 1st of 2024. The 529 in Army Project 529 is for those 529 days between that date and Festa 2025. So the idea that we eventually settled on was a blog. And every week we have been chronicling BTS's discography in chronological order. We have made it to 64 weeks out of 75. Yeah,
can't believe
that
it's
sounds
only
right.
11
That
left.
feels right.
But go high at the end.
I should know the
75-ish.
answer to this
75-ish.
question.
That's how she sounds. That's how
I-
she sounds when V
I
releases
know
a
why you're
picture.
like. I was just gonna say, I know why you're like this right now because I know what you're researching right now.
It's dangerous.
Shut up. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Danger
Everything's fine.
is upon us, guys.
So we finished up BTS's discography of fall, and we went into member solo months, and we have been chronicling each member for a month, and that will take us all the way to Festa when all the members come back in June on various dates. And we are wrapping up our month on Park Jimin, Jimarch as we have called it. Wrapping up our month on Park Jimin, Jimarch as we have called it. And next month we will be moving into, because we do everything in fan chant order here, friends, Kim Taehyung. We will reveal of his months in hand. We're not gonna say anything, and if you have a guess, don't you dare put it. Don't put it in the comments. Now.
If you are here on our Sunday live and you
Not here, on
correctly
YouTube.
guess,
In
you're on
YouTube.
our YouTube live and you correctly guess his month on Sunday night, and you were the first one to correctly guess it, you win another trophy on our Discord server. It's a little emoji.
Bragging
We're
rights.
nerds all the way. It's fine, guys. So we have a little emoji. There's a whole trophy. There's an awards section, and you get over there on the Discord server.
Suzanne,
And
don't
you
you
get
do
you get a little trophy next to your name.
Another
called
trophy.
Another trophy.
So yeah. Anyway, so the blog is what we do every week. I write it. Doc over there, I'm pointing this way because vaguely she's over there for me. She does all the research for the project. She heads up the research team. So she collects everything. We started out with like a huge pool of stuff to pull from. We had a content curation team, and then everything comes to Doc. She curates it even further. She hands it to me, and then I write the blog about it. Christina, who is above me, she handles most of our merch stuff, although Katie does a lot of merch as well. The design, Christina handles a lot of the design stuff. She also helps work on the website, does video stuff, just general technologically sort of savvy stuff.
Technological.
Patricia talked about the map that she created, the amazing map she created. Patricia also hosts a lot of watch parties in our Discord server. She translates videos for us sometimes from Spanish into English. She also writes for the blog sometimes. Of course, Stephanie is our founder. Stephanie does a lot of our social media stuff. She also does a lot of our event planning. And Katie, our golden magne, she does everything else.
Everything.
Keeps her. She
herds us
she's
around.
the ultimate cat herder in this.
She keeps
group.
us organized. She handles all the numbers, the spreadsheets, all that stuff, the behind the scenes stuff. And like I said, she also helps with merch design and web design as well. So that is us. And of course, we have an amazing team of mods and volunteers. If you're new here, you see Riven in the comments, you see M. I'm not sure if Leslie is here, but if you see Leslie, those are our 3 mods here and on Discord, and we have an amazing team of volunteers as well. So that is who we are. This is week 64 of the blog. It is the last week of March. It is called You Are the Light in My Darkness, and it is all about this time. Muse.
Muse. Where's my muse? Where's my muse?
Check it out at ap529.com/blog. And we will be having a watch party tomorrow night in our Discord server, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. So come and join us, and we'll be talking about it more then. Okay, that was my really long thing, but I did the thing.
All right.
So we'll move on from
You're fine.
Wow, good
I mean,
job.
You did the thing.
Slightly, it was
So as-
slightly better than mine, but
as-
I mean, B minus.
as As Christina touched on earlier, we go live twice a week. So on Sundays, we go live for what we call our Sunday Deep Dive. That happens over on YouTube on our channel, Army Project 529. So all of our social medias are the same handle, Army Project. Our social medias are the same handle, Army Project 529, which matches our website, as Lisa said, armyproject529.com. Where you will find the blog and all kinds of crazy stuff. We do tons of stuff over there. It's a pretty big,
We do.
it's pretty vast. There's a shop, there's all kinds of stuff. Anyways,
We do.
tonight is Wednesday. And Wednesday, did you need to say something, Christina? Sorry.
I was just going to say that if you really like well-researched, logical discussions, that's what we specialize in. That was all I was going to say.
We very much like the research because we're a bunch of
And I was going to jump in with pretty much everything we're going to talk about tonight is going to be on our website at ap529.com/links. I don't know if there's a way to pin that. I don't know if Boss can figure that out.
TikTok
but
doesn't
yeah.
like the URLs.
No, sometimes
It doesn't, but
They're not a big
ap529.com/links. From there, you'll find everything we're going to talk about. All right,
Yep.
Doc, take it away.
Yeah. All right. So tonight is our Wednesday mid-week tea, where, as Christina mentioned, we talk about shenanigans that took place out here on Kim Nam-joon's internet during the week. We bring you member news as well. So we're going to bring you the member news. We're going to talk about all the new stuff that has happened in Bangtan land with each member. And as usual, we go in fan chant order for everything we do. And then after that, we're going to get into the week tea. And that's where the shenanigans lie. And tonight we're going to discuss a few things, including the so-called YG leaker and the subsequent nonsense that this has caused out here on the internet. Fake AI and or misidentified pics and videos and what you do about those, as well as some gentle parenting. Because we're in the home stretch, my friends. We are in the home stretch. Bangtan is almost home. And so,
So close.
let us be your moms for tonight.
Just a
And
moment.
give you some gentle reminders. Reminders.
Like
Calm
the
down,
badass
calm
older
down.
sister. You know,
Yeah.
that's
We're
like
just a little bit of
Handle your
calm
shit.
down my daughters.
Little bit.
Calm down, our
It's fine.
daughters. Yeah.
Stick around because you're gonna enjoy it. We're pretty funny bitches up in here, so
I mean, gentle
Even
because
when
we're
we're
on the
momming.
internet.
Hags. We're hags.
even when we're momming, we're not that bad. All right, so in the member news, we're gonna start in fan chat order, and Patricia's gonna take us away.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. And we start in Phantom order. So, Kim Nam-joon.
woohoo.
So we had quite the dump of stories in Instagram from Namjoon this week.
We sure did.
We had some contradictory, I love contradictory Namjoon. The one that in the documentary went like, and I love you, and I hate you, and
really
all of
hate
that.
you.
So
happy to
he
know
seems
that.
to be trying to run away from the military as fast as he can. But then he posted this picture of him with some military friends.
It was cute.
That was really cute. And he's making all kinds of faces and they're wearing props and it's very nice. And yeah, you can probably find the picture on the internets. Also, in pure typical Namjoon fashion, he published this devastating handwritten letter
It was bullshit.
He did.
about, all the people from Team RM that supported him and when he was making his album and all the videos and all the content that was around it and stuff. He even wrote that the musicians he didn't write all the names down and he was like really regretting that. And then he also thanked BTS and us.
Yep.
In a very poetic fashion. He wrote things like, to the BTS members who journeyed with me through a decade toward the places I longed to reach, and even the ones I didn't. Thank you. Come on. Bring the Kleenex, people. Bring the Kleenex. Bring the
He has
Kleenex.
such a way
man.
with words.
And
He has such a fucking way with words.
and then to Army, who will once again be the closest to me when I open my eyes. Thank you. I love you. I mean,
I hate him. I love him. I hate him. I love him.
I hate him, but I love him. Yeah.
Look at Katie. She's just like
It's
sappily.
fine, guys. We're fine. It's fine.
But
We're
probably
fine.
my most favorite line, who touched me to the core, is the final line that said, "And finally, I dedicate this album to every right person in the wrong place in this world."
Which don't we all feel that way sometimes?
Yes.
Not
Yes,
all the
because
time.
because
So
he just
precious.
writes music that does that, that connects everybody
Truly a
across
poet.
oceans and timelines.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
So he also posted an Instagram about RPWP Prologue, who played on a live on WhatsApp, on Weavers. Sorry, WhatsApp. On Weavers. It was content that mostly we had seen before. I woke up at 6 a.m. in the morning and I regretted it. There were some interviews and the Mini Moni special and some videos from the album. And he posted the announcement on Instagram. And he also posted that he was listening to the first track of the album as well. So kind of probably like reliving the memories of making the album, which is kind of great. Today, he posted that the British Arrow Awards gave a prize to RM's Lost. RM's Lost is the bronze winner of music video in the awards of this year, 2025. So congratulations, Namjoon, as always, winning all the awards. The ones that you cannot count that are in the back, those.
well deserved. Well deserved.
Well deserved. And then he changed the picture in his Instagram profile
Again.
again. And
I love when he
this
does
time-
Snorlax.
this time is a Pokemon. He
Pokemon.
put a Snorlax
Snorlax.
in his Instagram account. From the research that I've done about the Snorlax, they love eating and they love sleeping. So I'm just
Aw.
wondering,
Like koalas.
Mhm.
Oh,
much like koalas,
that's so cute.
yes. And I was wondering, maybe he has become a serial napper like Yoongi in the art.
That sounds
Who knows?
awesome.
Who knows? Who knows? And yeah, that's what Namjoon did this week. So we got a lot of news from him.
Nice. Oh,
What was that?
oh. I don't know.
No.
It wasn't me.
Hold on, but
Wasn't
Nobody
me.
wants to claim it.
Oh, got an alert.
It wasn't me. It wasn't me. Okay, so Jin is next. Lisa, Jin.
Oh,
Maria Jin.
Okay, so I didn't know I was on this part. Kian's Bizarre B&B is coming April 8th to Netflix. This is a show that Jin is going to be on. Basically it's him and some other people like trying to run a B&B and basically like gaslighting their guests. Yeah, it sounds right up Jin alley.
Jin coded. It's very
Right up his
Kiss of
alley.
Jin coded.
So
It really
it's
is.
likely
It
to
really
be very
is.
funny. So April 8th, coming to Netflix. We had a new episode of Run Jin this week with Park Hyung-sik. I will go more into that later. You'll understand why. But he was the guest on Run Jin this week, and it was very funny with a lot of dragging. And I don't want to spoil anything. I don't want to spoil anything. I haven't even seen the whole thing. So
I think, I haven't seen the episode yet, but like the cutest part was basically like he heard the guy's voice,
yeah.
and he said he was a friend of Tay's, and Jin immediately guessed his name.
I'm gonna get to you. I know,
Oh,
there's so little new.
Well, if you haven't watched it, we have a watch party on Friday, and we're going to be watching it.
Yeah,
So,
will.
Nice.
And I think it'll be 2 episodes that we're going to be watching on Friday, right?
yeah, 2 episodes.
It's
The
usually 2
previous
episodes,
one,
yeah.
the fencing one, and this one.
Yeah. And then because Jin is a troll, he took to Weavers to mess with J-Hope after his live ended the other day. And it was on a post with screenshots. So basically, Jen said, "Hoba, you're performing. You should wash your hair before going." Basically commenting, I guess, on the fact that Hobie was like still sweaty and everything from the concert. Like really,
He's
My
such a
God.
helpful Hyung. Such a
my
helpful
God, you
Hyung.
really should.
So helpful.
So
Also,
helpful.
also, he was live during that little bit of a get ready with me. So if
Yeah,
he
yeah, yeah,
did
yeah,
take
yeah.
a shower, Army would have been quite pleased with that.
Yeah, but like,
Yeah.
oh, another shower? It hasn't even been it hasn't even been a whole month. Another one?
Yeah.
Shower again. Jen is Army, basically. He's got our backs. He's like,
Yeah.
bro, you should shower with them again. It's really,
You know what?
That's how
By
I
the
read
way-
that. That's how I read that comment.
I feel like we should mention when we say someone's a troll, we mean an internet
love.
troll,
Yeah, sorry.
like
And also-
somebody who it makes sarcastic comments. Because once upon a time we got in trouble for calling one of the Bangtan members a troll, not a troll of fairy tale lives under a bridge.
Not
troll.
Shrek, friends. Not
A
Shrek.
literal internet
Internet
media troll
An
definition.
internet troll.
Okay?
Yeah.
So if you're new here, yeah. Anyways, did you guys really get in trouble for that? Yes, we did.
Yes, we did.
We did.
We went
Yes.
viral. People were very upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, troll
Yeah,
meaning
it
internet
was
troll.
pretty rough.
And
I think
also,
so.
Internet
they
troll.
do it in such an endearing
And
way.
for those of you
Yes.
who for those of you who don't know, by definition, an internet troll is somebody who intentionally antagonizes others online. It's just
Literally,
doesn't necessarily
when-
mean a negative connotation.
Yes.
Yes.
Just somebody
BTS
fucking with
loves
somebody
to-
online. That's what an internet
Yep.
troll is.
There you go.
So
There you go.
it fits. It fits in these connotations.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't
And,
always have
of
to
course-
be negative.
Yeah. And of course, Hobie, every time he sees Jin, oh, Jin! Every time. Every time. Oh, Jin! Oh, Jin!
Oh, Jen.
Every
Oh,
time.
Jen.
Oh, Jin!
Oh, Jin! Oh, Jahab! Oh, Jahab!
Hold my hoe.
All right.
Hoba.
There we go.
Moving on
Hoba.
to Yoongi.
Moving on to Yoongi. Listen, I miss this man.
We're gonna get to that.
We all miss this man.
This is a preview.
So let's just talk about the music for just 1 second, okay? And then we'll talk a little bit later about Yoongi and some other stuff. But what had been making the rounds as of late for records is Higum. You remember that chestnut? Did you know that Higum premiered? We're almost at the premiere of Higum. It premiered April 20th, 2023. And it is currently on the official Hybe labels, the official music video is at 90,971,184 views.
That's amazing.
So that's really amazing. And it would be super cool if we popped that up to 1 billion. Why not?
Why not?
We
Let's
have
do
the
it.
receipts.
Go higher.
We have
100
Let's do
million,
it.
billion, whatever.
Let's do it.
So if you haven't
Numbers are immaterial. Just do it.
exactly. So if you haven't watched the official music video for Higum in a while, give it a spin and do your playlists on YouTube. And then as far as a Spotify record goes for Higum, where are we at right now? It is at 514,687,705 streams on Spotify. So if you are into streaming, put that on there. Put that on there. Pop Higum up there.
I-
Every time you miss Yoongi, play his music. Stream his music. Go watch his music videos. Every time you miss him.
It's a valid approach.
Or their
It's a valid
shirt.
Okay.
approach.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
I mean,
or
I
that
feel
shirt.
like the admin team
Please.
alone might be responsible for 687,705 of those streams.
I mean, yes.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
mean,
yes.
the six of us
I
are
agree.
probably. There's a good chance. There's a good chance.
I have a
I
personal
agree. I was
competition
just
with
looking at my
myself
D-Day.
to play the most inappropriate rap line music possible when I'm picking up my child from preschool.
Yes.
Yes, she tells us every day.
Oh,
Today,
yes.
Yes.
This is a great challenge. I love
Do
what
it.
you
I
about
think
it.
it was what
Do
if
it, Katie. Do it.
Yes.
So I'll be like, hey, I'm
We
listening
all-
to D-Day.
We
And it
all
is a
miss
fucking
him.
good day, and the 3-year-old should know it.
It is a good
Well,
day.
should.
Yeah. You know, it came on my playlist this morning when I was dropping the kiddo off and I had to pause it. And then as soon as he got out, I cranked that shit. Was Huh with J-Hope.
Yes,
Huh.
That
That is
song.
such a good one.
that's
That
classic
is so
pickup
good.
drop off
That
line.
song
Yep.
is
That is a good,
fantastic.
that is a good
All the other
drop-off
parents in the
music.
line, right?
Look,
Yep.
they
Yep.
deserve
They're
good music
deserving.
too.
The other
Absolutely.
parents deserve it. They
I'm
really
just
do.
spreading excellence. That's all
Exactly.
I'm doing.
I'm
Yeah.
just
Anyways.
saying, Hagem is Astra's favorite song. Every time I play it and she's in a different room, she comes running to listen to it.
Excellent.
So,
It's
Excellent. Excellent.
good taste.
What, Katie?
Well, I was gonna say yes. My 3-year-old also is in love with the on Kinetic Manifesto video. She calls that the concrete video, and she has to watch it every single morning before she even gets out of bed.
The concrete.
Oh, the concrete video.
She says it's so cute. Now she's like, "Can we watch concrete video?"
That is
That's awesome.
I think I'm in safe company to say this, but that is one of the best dance breaks on the internet in that
Yes.
video.
Oh my
Hands
gosh,
down.
it's so good.
One of the best.
Yeah.
That when that like marching band hits, it's like yeah. Anyways, there's some Yoongi news, and we'll talk more a little bit about him a little bit later.
Yes.
So
Speaking of things that Yoongi would do.
Speaking of things that you would do, speaking of when you think of things, you should support them. We want to talk about some ways that you can support us and what we do. And by the way, we have seen the comments about the wildfires in Korea. We do have some news about that later, so we did not forget about that. But if you would like to support the project and our community and what we do, the blog, the Discord, the lives, the what else? The map, the meetups. There's tons and tons of stuff we do. If you would like to support that, there's several ways you can do it for money and several ways you can do it for free. And we will let you know about both of them now. So ways you can do it with money if you're able to and interested in doing that. We have a Patreon. And that is a monthly subscription service. We used to do it here on TikTok. Without going into too many details, you should look into how much some of these platforms take as a cut because it is not cute. So we have chosen one that more of the money comes to us, let's put it that way. And that's why we use Patreon, even though it's a separate service. So you can subscribe to there for $3, $5, or $10 a month. Each of those comes with some different benefits, discounts on merch, more access to the admin team, input on lives, that kind of thing. So you can learn about that at the links, the ap529.com/links, or just go straight to Patreon and search for us. We are hugely, hugely grateful to our Patreon supporters. Yes, do we get the most from Patreon? Yes. Yes, some platforms take in the neighborhood of 30% of the money before you see a penny of it, like before taxes and everything. So it's not cute. Anyway, that's why we do that. So yeah, we are so thankful to our Patreon supporters who make it possible for us to do these things. And let's see. As well, our shop we mentioned earlier. We make all of our designs in-house. Christina and I do the graphics work, but we have input from the whole team. We're super proud of the fact that we don't just take what's out there and slap it on a t-shirt and call it a day. So come check out our designs also at the links shop. We are working on updating our shop and making it easier to navigate, easier to find, more shipping options, that kind of thing. So more info to come very soon. And yeah, please come check out our merch. We're really proud of it.
Yes.
Discord boost.
Definitely.
Discord boost, that money does not go to us. It gives the server itself features. So like we can have more people in a streaming channel because we have server boost. We have more emojis, that kind of thing. We don't actually get any of that. Let's save biases for later. I will say, of the 6 of us, we all have more than one bias.
If the mods want to put our biases in the chat, you can do that too. They know them.
I was going to say, do they know them? Let's see if they get it right.
Yeah,
Uh-oh.
let's see. Let's see.
Uh-oh. Now it's a challenge.
Quick test. Quick test.
Quick test.
You don't want to do it now.
Suddenly Emily's asleep.
they
They're
don't.
not doing it. They're not doing it.
Suddenly, Emily's
They're
asleep.
like, I don't want to. Yeah.
It's fine.
All
talk about
right, yeah. So that's how you can support us for money. If you would like some support for Quince has more than one.
We have
Quince
more
has,
than one bias.
Quince has more than one, yes.
I mean, you're not
all
wrong.
of us have more than one.
You're not wrong.
You're not wrong, but there's more than one. If you guess the other ones, that's deep lore.
Yeah, that's deep lore. No, every single one of us has more than one bias. The only one we have in common is
Way to go, Suzanne.
Jungles von Meow.
Jungles von Meow.
That was the one we all shared.
Jungles von Meow.
Because
all right.
he is the entire world's husband.
Shall we keep going while they
Yes.
guess?
Yes, keep going.
Free skis. So Katie talked about our wonderful Patreon and all of our supporters on there. We love you guys. Thank you so much. There are Violet VIPs in Discord as well. And we have a private channel with them where we chat about stuff sometimes. And then she also talked about our merch that everyone works hard on, particularly her and Christina. And thank you guys for supporting us with that. Recently, when we got to go see Hobie, and when most of us got to go see Hobie in Chicago, we saw so many people wearing our merch, and it was so humbling.
That's incredible. Yeah.
Not just like, hey, you spent money, but like, hey, you really liked this enough to wear it to Hobie's concert. And that made us super proud. So thank you guys for that. Please check that out. We have new designs in the works all the time. Free skis. You can like this live. You can share it with your friends here on the TikTokies. Please feel free to do that. If you don't already follow the project account, please feel free to follow. You can also follow any of us, including Stephanie, who's not here right now. Maybe you already follow Stephanie, and that's how you got here. But feel free to follow all of us, and then you can also share any of our posts on social media. We're on all the major socials. Same name, Army Project 529. Follow us on any of them. Like, share our posts, tell other people about us. If you talk about us on your social media, please tag us so that we can like your post and share it and all that good stuff. Help spread the word and help spread the community that we've built here.
We actually like going viral for positive stuff.
Yeah,
It doesn't happen often.
If possible.
it feels novel sometimes, but yeah. We really like that. So please, thank you very much for all your support in whatever way you can. We appreciate you. And now we move on to
Not
the
distraction.
man who is losing his mind more and more every day.
J-Hope!
So as many of you know, Jung Hosik is my ultimate problem. And it has been for many a year. So he continues his North American tour of destruction with Oakland this week. It was interesting. The Bay Area turned into the J area. It was
so cute.
Glorious in all the ways. He did go live after night 2 in Oakland, where we got a little get ready with me prior to his meet and greet while he was waiting for that to set up backstage. He showed us his collection of nuts. Yep. He got a blue
True story.
one now.
These are blue.
He added a blue one to the collection, which he made sure we saw him unclip said blue nut from his pants with all the close-ups, and then he attached it to his bag and proceeded to fondle his nuts and count them multiple times.
I'm going to go ahead for this Google search and be safe and type in J-Hope
great.
acorns.
Acorns.
I'm going to use the word acorns.
With all the innocence,
like the true squirrel that he
did
is.
then.
Like the true squirrel he is.
Yeah, with all the adorable innocence, he then asked, "Is there anyone collecting all of them?" As if it is not a fucking bloodbath to get a hold of a J-Hope acorn out in these here streets.
Right.
And that if you are not VIP basically to every fucking concert, the odds of you getting all of his acorns is practically non-existent. But it was really cute how he asked, like, so innocently if we were collecting all of them.
And can I just say,
so adorable.
Congratulations to the marketing person in Hybe, whoever came up with that price point, because there's really expensive things on sale that I'm sure are very nice, like the jerseys and the hoodies and everything like that. But that acorn being at that price point right there, sold out, I am not surprised. So whoever came up with that idea, genius.
It was a perfect price point, it really was. He also showed us their concert director, Mr. Ha, which is super fucking cute, and basically told us that Mr. Ha is used to going over the concert at this point in time between, the concert and the meet and greet. That's usually when they have their little conversation, and he was unaware that J-Hope was planning to go live. and then show him on the live. It was really cute. It really was. It was adorable. He showed us icing his knee post concert, and I brought this up. I'm bringing this one up because I'm seeing a lot of conversation out here on these internets about the icing, about the icing of the knee, about the icing of the knee, and a lot of concern, And I would like to remind everybody. I don't know if you've ever been to college or seen athletes in your lifetime walking around a college campus or anywhere near their sportsing arenas with all of their joints just basically wrapped in ice packs with cellophane, you know? Just like wrap the shit, and there's ice packs on either side of the joints, elbows, knees, everywhere they can get one attached. After they get done with their practice, after they get done with games. Like, this is a really, really, really common thing in any high level athletic endeavor. And so a 31-year-old dancer who's been at this for over a decade, who just danced his fucking ass off, serving cunt and country out here for the last 2+ hours, icing a joint is not an indication that he is hurt outside of what would be normal in a very high intense athletic endeavor for the last multiple hours.
He's a dancer.
And somebody who's been doing it a while. This is a dancer. This is very, very, very normal behavior to ice joints, especially when you do drop splits the way that man fucking does and all the other shit he's doing on that stage.
It's that.
We saw what he did in Oakland. There are some videos
the
out there
drop.
of the way he behaved in Oakland. It is the Babsay drop, most likely fucking up that knee. But it's normal. So please don't freak out. Don't panic. This is why I'm bringing it up. Everybody relax. It's very, very, very normal for an athlete and a dancer to ice joints after a performance or after a game. So that's totally normal. But okay, so now back to other news. Mona Lisa out here doing shit. He debuted at #1 on the Billboard Digital Song Sales Chart. This is his second #1 following Sweet Dreams. He did it for Sweet Dreams. Now he's done it for Mona Lisa. This is the 11th time he's hit the top 10 and his 19th time of hitting that sales chart in his career, which is pretty fucking impressive. He is also the second Asian soloist with the most top 10 entries on the Billboard Digital Song Sales Chart at 11.
Still wearing my name on it.
11 times. Yeah, he's still got your name all over his waist. It's
All over his
it debuted at
waist.
so Mona Lisa.
Yes.
We're gonna leave it at that. Mona Lisa debuted at number 65 on the Hot 100. I don't think people really truly understand how fucking impressive it is to hit
super
the Hot
impressive.
100 in your debut week at any point, at any level in the Hot 100 on debut week. With this new entry, J-Hope has tied another person we might know for the most Hot 100 entries of any K-pop solo artist in the history of the chart.
Who might that be?
Who might that be? I'll give you a hint. The number of songs is 7. Yes. 7. And that would be Jung Cookie. So JK and J-Hope are now tied for the most number of records on the Billboard Hot 100.
Way to go,
7 records. 7 songs each. So it's a pretty fucking impressive. And that is in the history of the Hot 100 chart. They're the only two who have had 7 hit that Hot 100. So pretty fucking impressive feat that Won Jung Hosik just made out here on the billboards. Additionally, Mona Lisa debuted at number 9 on the global, excluding U.S. Billboard chart, and number 14 on the global 200.
That's amazing.
So also
All
fucking
good.
impressive shit. All impressive.
You
stuff.
wanted
Meanwhile,
to chart,
he
and he's
himself,
charting.
yeah, he wanted his songs to chart, and look at him out here breaking records. It's pretty impressive.
And wrecking.
Tying records.
wrecking.
Meanwhile, he re-entered the Billboard Artist 100 at number 29, marking his 14th overall week on that chart as a soloist. So, also impressive. Sweet Dreams is out here also still doing stuff. What I find fascinating is in the year of 2025, of the highest charting songs by any K-pop act on Billboard. Number 1 is J-Hope at 65 with Mona Lisa. Number 2 is J-Hope at number 66 with Sweet Dreams. And number 6 is Don Toliver and J-Hope with LV Bag at 83. So I thought that was a pretty impressive
That's
feat,
amazing.
right there.
It is.
So that I
It
thought
is.
that, I mean, it's impressive. And that's of all K-pop acts on the Billboard Hot 100 in the year of 2025. So get it, J-Hope. Reminder for those of you still going to the concerts, and for those of you who have gone to the concerts, we are doing a scavenger hunt over on our website. AP529/guides, HOTS Guide, the AP529 scavenger hunt is where you want to go in the menu drop down. There are 14 tasks. As you complete each, you post it on social media, tag us, use the hashtag Hope with AP529 and AP529 Hobie Hunt on your posts, and then take a link and put it in our Google Drive document, and you will be entered for each task. You get 1 entry, so up to 14 entries, and the winner will receive a red crossbody bag similar to the one that Hobie wore on the Love Yourself tour. This is the one that was sold on the Weaver shop. So, I mean, right now there's not a whole lot of competition, so get yourself
Y'all
out
get it,
there,
Doc
fill
and I
out those
will.
things. For those of you who still have LA concerts, we are, we're going to leave it open for a while before we run this drawing. So get
Yeah, why not?
posts up, get your links in, and you have a chance to win this red crossbody bag. I know I fucking want this red crossbody bag, but I am not
We
eligible
all
for this drawing. So,
But we're not supposed to enter.
Yeah, we
yeah, we're
can't.
not supposed to
Well,
enter,
rules
but
are
if none of
rules.
y'all enter, guess who's fucking entering? Lisa and I.
Guess what? If
Good
you
night.
guys don't, we are, and we'll fight it
We are
out.
gonna go head to fucking head, and we will duke this shit out.
That's
for
good.
Who gets that red crossbody bag? If none of y'all enter, that's
That's
all I got to
good.
say about that.
Yep.
So maybe don't enter.
But really, enter. You should.
Oh my goodness.
So you should enter.
Katie.
All right.
Yep.
Who's
Sorry, I'm
next?
checking to make sure where we were.
Katie next.
Jimashi.
Jimmy.
Talk
Jim and
about
she.
Jimin, who, as usual, we have not heard a whole ton about this week, but did want to report because we've been talking about it forever at this point. Forever. The song "Who" sadly dropped off the Billboard Hot 100 about a
What
week
a-
ago. But
Go
what a
stream
run.
it.
Let's not get too sad. Apparently, it dropped off because I think it was Cardi B came out with a whole album, and like all of the songs on her album charted, and it just had a detrimental effect. So let's celebrate a 33-week run on the Billboard Hot 100.
Woo.
Fucking record.
Man.
That is incredible.
There
That is
you
a
go,
huge record
Jimin.
for a K-pop artist. Any K-pop
a
artist
record.
surpassed Gangnam Style and Dynamite.
You cannot.
Wow.
Baller.
Not.
Yeah. So
Wow.
great job.
We did a really good job,
Congratulations,
Armin.
Jimin.
Is what that all that means is all of our fucking streaming of that shit. We did a real good job. We kept it up
Look
for
at
a
him.
real long time. We broke all the records.
Oh, Jimina.
33 weeks is insane. It's insanely
33
long
weeks.
time.
33 weeks. That's amazing.
We did so good.
And he
As
wasn't,
usual.
he wasn't
I will
here.
remind you that I know exactly how long 33 weeks is because I'm 37 weeks pregnant. It is forever.
Forever.
It is forever. Forever, ever? Forever, ever?
Exactly.
Anyway. Forever,
Like
ever?
you didn't actually know you were pregnant when that song started charting.
Oh
my
on
gosh.
Shortly
Yeah.
thereafter,
That's insane.
True.
and she is about to make her entry.
Yep.
Yep.
So, yep. So, a little bittersweet. Let's talk about what a great run it was, and then I won't actually say
amazing.
what it was because I know that there's people who are waiting on shipping. But the thing I have seen today going around the Twitter sphere is a clip from the 7 Moments videos that's coming out. Jimin does some really interesting dance moves in Taehyung's face.
Probably not even the weirdest thing he's done in Taylor.
I'm sure it's not the weirdest thing he's done. So yeah, I won't give any more information for those.
I don't think it's the weirdest thing even caught on camera that he's done.
I mean,
No, I don't think so.
I'm sure it's not, but yeah, I kept seeing that clip today. So yeah, for those of you who are waiting for your codes in the mail, I hope you enjoy it. If not, I'm sure you will be seeing it on the internet very soon.
yeah. Army loves to share those clips.
Time to move on to V.
ganar el magado. No, 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 no.
Okay.
Where is
No,
he?
no, no, no,
There he
no.
is.
So,
Listen,
let's go.
on TikTok,
Let's go,
our
go,
streams
go.
are unaligned.
It's
Our
fine.
streams
It's
are
fine. We're unaligned
over here on
anyway.
TikTok. It's fine.
Fine.
Just
Anyway,
it's valid.
That was all great in our heads. So Taehyung, 68 days until our Vlord returns, along with our leader Kim Namjoon. 68 days.
68 days.
We're so close, guys. We're so fucking close.
So close. Singularity Envy. That old chestnut. Just a little ditty. If you guys haven't heard it or seen that music video, check that out. The Singularity Envy and song. Almost 7 years old.
7.
Almost 7 years old. We're about a month away from it being 7 years old. And it is at the video is at almost 200 million views. It's almost right on the peak of 199 million right now.
Ooh.
So we're almost at 200 million views for that. So it'd be really cool if we could just tip that over before he gets back. Torture yourself. Go ahead and torture yourself and watch it a few more times today.
Listen very quickly. One time I made a Singularity edit video for this project account.
She's been suffering ever since.
And go watch it. Go watch it and you'll see what I mean. Anyways.
Got you.
Thus
Not now.
began-
Wait,
thus
wait.
began her fight with all of us.
Snagged you in.
That
Anyways.
man.
Go
Yeah.
ahead. Keep going.
Okay.
It's not about me. It's not about me.
Yeah, she's still in
As
denial.
briefly-
She's still in denial.
I'm still in denial. As briefly mentioned earlier tonight, Tay was shouted out on Renjin this week because of Jin's surprise guest. At first, Jin just heard his voice, and then the voice said that he was a good friend of a member of BTS, and then Jin guessed who it was, and it was Park Hyung-sik, who is a member of the Wooga Squad, which if you don't know, this is the friend group that Taehyung made through his time when he was acting on the K-drama Hwarang. Never say that word.
Hwarang.
Hwarang. That's it.
Hwarang.
Hwarang. Thank you. I knew I'd get there eventually with help. Hyung-sik, he told Jin that since Tae is his friend, he tries to watch all of BTS's content, which was honestly very sweet.
That's so cute.
Very sweet. And then he manhandled Jin and drug him around on the floor for a while. Tae would have been proud. Probably is really proud.
Yes.
He would have been so
Really
proud.
watched it.
So fucking proud.
Very proud.
He's an old hat
He
at that.
probably texted him immediately after it aired.
Immediately.
Fucking well
done.
Well done. Wooga Squad chat was probably lighting up with cheers, and the Bonton chat was lighting up with just how could you just let him do that to you? I thought you were strong. I'm guessing those two chats had to have been fucking hilarious.
Oh God.
Jimin just privately texting Jin to represent us. You were supposed.
Yes.
So what is this?
Yes.
What is this, Hyung?
Yeah.
The fuck is this?
You should have cheated more.
Older than you,
What you
Hyung.
doing
What?
out here?
You should have cheated more. You should have cheated more.
I mean, there was copious amounts
Yeah,
of cheating.
Exactly.
So for real.
So that happened. So that's all in Tay news this week. He does also, I mean, again, the 7 moment stuff is making its way around. So is Taehyung's clavicle. Enjoy it.
It's a lot. It's
Moving on to our golden magne. You are the cause of my
Golden Magnet.
So 69 giggity days until our golden magne and our Jimin Shi returns. I couldn't resist, you guys.
We are 12-year-olds. Apparently.
Listen, maybe we need to mom ourselves, but listen, you can't deny a good 69 joke. Come on.
Yes.
Come on. Come on, Sheila.
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Or you could just pretend you don't know what it means. Anyway.
Nobody watches us for pretending.
Also, nobody watches us for us to just let a good 69 joke walk
Yeah,
past.
yeah.
We happen to be live on the 69th day. Come
If
on.
they wanted
That's
to
true.
pretend about things, they'd find people
on,
who
Sean.
had their shit way more together than we do.
Listen,
True that.
you could not. Yeah, yeah. We're just matching Hobie energy right now. We're just matching
Matching
Jay
Hobie.
energy.
guys. It's,
Real hard.
That's all we're doing.
J-Hope.
So yeah,
Jay
until
is teaching us
69
his
days
ways.
until our golden maknae and his sassy roommate come home, our Jim and She.
Sassy roommate.
Once again,
So
Jungkook's
sassy.
Golden the Moments exhibition opens in New York City soon. Patricia is going with a whole group of 529ers. They're going to have a great time. It runs from April 11th to May 11th, so a whole month. Tickets are still available. I think the standard tickets are $30. Definitely check out the website, which I forgot to write down.
Fever.
Thank you.
You give me fever. You know, that's all.
And if you go during the week, there is a special gift that is available. Not on the weekend. If you go during the week.
Yeah.
Weekday.
Interesting.
We're going to be a group of 13, I think, which is a very
nice.
good bank time
Because-
number.
Number.
Bank time number 13.
Because
Nice.
That is
Jung-
all
Jungkook
in the
wants
mood of
to love us.
Jungkookie this week.
Because just remember, Jungkook wants to love us 7 days a week, not a weekend.
There you go.
Yep.
So go during the week for your special.
OT7!
You know, T7. Let's do it. All right, listen, everyone. This is not a drill. There are 79 days until June 21st. 79 days, people, until all 7. Until the gate opens, the pile of puppies come tumbling out, and then we know not what is going to happen. We just got to keep it together until then.
We just
Okay, we
But we
got to
just
keep it
know
together.
all seven will be back home with us.
All 7. And on the Twitters, oh, hold on, drag the puzzle piece into place. Why does this?
here we
It's
go.
so dumb.
Oh, I hate the
Oh,
puzzle
the
piece.
puzzle
No,
piece.
all right, I did it. All right. The reason I was getting excited though, looking on my Twitter timeline, was because once you know that people are starting to plan the streaming projects for their return, then you know it's getting close. So we have more information in our streaming charting voting channel, but the BTS Home streaming project is the one that I saw on the Twitters. And so we've got more info in our Discord about that. And then the 7, I know, the 7 moments content is absolutely making its way around the internet, including some never before seen man bun Yoongi stuff,
It's
which
ridiculous.
I'm clutching my imaginary pearl.
I mean, I was not prepared for my timeline to give that to me this morning whilst drinking coffee and trying to wake up, but here we are. Here we are.
There you go.
Blessings.
Do you choke?
So
Blessings upon us.
yeah. So I appreciate everybody who's been, clipping that and gifting it and sharing the pics, because that just helps us all get excited and just look forward to what we're going to be returning to very soon. So, all right, that's OT7.
Yay!
Yay. All right. I'm going to try to go as quickly as I can, but I do have some important stuff to share. So first of all, I did mention earlier that we're going to talk about the Korean wildfires, which have been mentioned in the comments a few times. We talked about this on our Sunday Live. We've been asked a few times, what can we do to help? Our policy as a project is that we support charities that BTS supports. If they support it, then we decide it's vetted enough that we'll share it with you. That's our choice as a project. So the 2 charities that we can report that they've donated to are the Korean Red Cross. Each Red Cross is country specific, so you have to donate to the Korean Red Cross if you want to donate like they did. It only accepts bank transfers in won, so it's a little tricky for those of us on this side of the ocean. The other choice is Hope Bridge Disaster Relief, which is a separate charity just for Korea, and they do accept PayPal. So several of the members have made donations to either of those charities. So. Great job there. We're really glad to see it. And yeah, if you are outside of Korea, Hope Bridge Disaster Relief is probably the better choice for you. In other news related to HYBE, HYBE donated 1 billion won, $1 billion, which is just under $700,000 US,
Billion.
to the National Trust for Cultural Heritage to aid in the restoration of cultural heritage damaged or destroyed by the wildfires. And that news just came out today. So yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
we love when they put their money where their mouth is. So yes, now the other big HYBE news this week. It's that time of the year, or one of those times of the year, where they start making calls and statements with investors and that thing. It's the end of the quarter. So this quarter, the CEO, whose name is Lee Jae Sang, apologies if I butcher that.
I think you did well. You did well.
I tried. He made several comments about the BTS comeback. I'm going to read them in full because they're very important. So here's what he said. And I don't know if this was in English originally or if this was translated from Korean. I've seen slightly different wording in different news articles, which makes me think it's translated.
Probably.
Yeah. BTS members are scheduled to complete their military service by the end of the first half of this year, and they will need time to prepare and work on their comeback activities afterward. The company is preparing by discussing with top-tier songwriters, but the artists themselves also need time for careful consideration and preparation. Okay, so that was the first thing he said. The second thing he said was, typically, artists work on songs, release albums, and then go on tour. However, since BTS has already risen to the level of a global top artist, we are continuously discussing their vision and future plans. It is important to carefully determine and align the direction moving forward. Okay, so I could interpret that two ways. One of which is it's going to be a while, don't expect a tour until next year. One of which could be typically they work on music, release music, and then go on tour, but maybe they won't do that. Maybe they're going to do something else.
Yeah.
So I don't know which one he's saying, but I could interpret that two ways. That's why I wanted to read his words in full.
Right.
Basically, I think what you can definitely take away from it is him saying that they are global top artists basically means they can do whatever they want.
Correct. They are
Yeah,
driving
that's what I
what
took
they
that
want to do.
We-
Probably exploring
Yeah.
many avenues. There's probably many lines of thought. So when they get out, they just have to narrow down exactly what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And the other thing I thought was very fascinating was him mentioning that usually, you know, we bring in songwriters and all of that to prepare for them coming out of, you know, people coming out of military or whatever. But also, like, these are some of the best songwriters in the world. And therefore, they're going to want to write their own fucking shit.
Yes.
So,
Probably
you know,
both,
we
yeah.
can talk to songwriters, but
They also
these artists are probably going to want to do it.
they also
So-
employ some of the other best songwriters. I mean, they have top tier aside from the members of BTS. There are other top tier songwriters who work for that company.
Yeah.
So yeah, we don't know, but that's what has been said. Clearly, they are in the driver's seat with what they want to do. They're going to decide what works best for them. Obviously, they want to get back to ARMY, so we don't know. We're just going to have to wait and see. But it does sound like new music is coming at some point. Tour is coming at some point.
Wheels are turning.
The wheels are turning. We can't tell you what order or when, but it's happening.
They're coming back.
Okay.
Okay, shall we get into our midweek tea?
Yes.
All right.
Midweek tea.
We still need a jingle for this. If anybody knows how to
We're
write
still workshopping.
Week tea.
It's the week tea.
Oh, I don't have my week teacup.
Anyway,
I don't
Anyway.
have one.
first topic.
you, April.
I will start it off, but we can all chime in here if we want to. So of course we've had, some of you may already know, some of you may not, in a Discord server this week, not ours. And no, I don't know what Discord server, just a Discord server. I'm assuming it had to do with K-pop. A user popped up in the server with the name of YG Leaker. And they claimed to be a former employee of YG Entertainment. And as you may know, YG is one of the big three K-pop companies, along with SM and JYPE. So they claimed to be a former employee of YG Entertainment. And they said that they had recently lost their job and that they were planning on, they had terabytes, terabytes of information on many people in the K-pop industry, not just artists, but company executives, plenty of people, companies themselves, that they were planning on releasing out into the world. And they even had a list, and BTS was on that list, HYBE was on that list, many other people and companies were on that list.
No company was safe.
No company was safe. They said they were planning on spilling all of it. And then I guess they dropped a few things that was determined to be actually from that poster. One of which was, and we're not going to get into super details, but members of another group saying an explicit word, and that was determined to be from that user. And then a few other things. But very shortly after that, both the account and the Discord server disappeared. Bye-bye. Gone. And since then, multiple accounts have been popping up online, claiming to be this person, this YG leaker, all over the internet. And they are now dropping information, i.e., spreading malicious rumors that are likely false and or inflated, to create confusion and also stoke fan wars. Cool.
Yeah.
I think the biggest question that I've seen pop up a lot is people being like, is this real? Is any of it real? And I think the ultimate answer to that is that it doesn't matter if it's real or not.
Right.
Because it doesn't matter if the actual person account is real, or if their info is real either. Because we always say at the project, don't believe anything unless it comes directly from an artist or their company. Anything else, true or not, is just speculation and an invasion of privacy. Because if you're not hearing it from the artist or the company as a representative of the artist, then they don't want us to know. And that means it's an invasion of their privacy. And I don't care if it's BTS or anybody else. Of course, and I'm talking about just general things. I'm not talking about people committing crimes. That's not what we're talking about here. That's different. That's for the law. We're just talking about things that are being spread like this, just general stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody wants to take the next part.
Yeah. Hey,
I mean, I can, because I guess I'm sort of on Twitter the most out of all of us, which tends to be the place where these things spread the fastest. Just because that's the nature of Twitter. It's very easy to spread things quickly. And I think the question is, how can we be responsible fans in this situation, when stuff like this happens? And I think the way that we look at this very logically, we try to be very reasonable with this, and we try to respect everybody's privacy, even bands that we don't happen to follow or like. It doesn't matter.
Right.
If you like somebody or you don't follow them or whatever, like, it's still an invasion of someone's privacy, and it's still a malicious rumor, and you just don't want to spread it. So, in our opinion, don't engage with any of the information or accounts if you see them online.
Yeah.
And that, the way to handle a Twitter fire is to smother it. Don't give it any air. You don't repost, you don't retweet, you handle, if you're going to report it, especially to the HYBE portal, you can handle that stuff in group chats. We have people, that talk about it in Discord servers and things, just so you're not perpetuating it. Because even retweeting it to say how awful it is bringing attention and clicks to it. So in my opinion, you just don't engage to any of that. And then, of course, if it is malicious or inflammatory and about a HYBE artist, you can screenshot, note the account and the date, send it to HYBE through their official report portal, which is the protect.hybecorp.com. And we just posted an Ask AP529 bulletin about it by Leslie. So you can go and look at links and get some helpful info about what you need to send to them in order to act on it. And the last time Hybe sent a fuck around and find out report, they were very clear that they use fan sourced data to do legal proceedings with. They were very clear. They did say, however, they did say, however, clean up your screenshots. Don't give us mobile phone screenshots if you can. Use a desktop. Show the URL. Show the date and the time of the tweet. Don't crop it. Like, give us the whole enchilada so that when we go to use it in a legal proceeding, we have all the information that we need. Okay. So I think, it's important to talk about this stuff. It's not the most fun joy stuff to talk about, but I do think that it's super important. As we're prepping for the guys to come back, the rumors and the maliciousness and the anti stuff ramps up naturally, because the people that are not excited about them coming back, they want to make their voices heard now, because once they do come back in 79 days, there's going to be a whole lot of joy on the timeline, and some people don't like that. So hopefully that helps. And you can get to that bulletin if you go to our website, ap529.com. And then underneath we have a section called Bora Guides, and we have the Ask AP529s in there, and you can read a little bit more about it. You can also come into the Discord, and there are moderators and envoys and admin and other people in the Discord. If you have any questions, you can reach out and ask. But yeah, so just stay safe, and let's all, I think, do our part to keep everybody else safe. And that includes, like I said, people that you don't maybe necessarily follow, or listen to their music or stan them, or however you want to say that. They deserve privacy and respect as human beings too. Because the internet's rough out there sometimes, folks. Real rough.
Well, Katie, you want to how to be a responsible fan?
Yep. How to be a responsible fan. Because we are kind of out of control, but also we believe in responsibility. So there is tons and tons of fake content out there, and AI content. Edited pictures, and we don't just mean like they've photoshopped out a pimple, like heavily edited to the point that it's not what the original picture was showing. We have seen pictures of, they've taken completely different idols and put BTS's face on them, like just stuff like that. It's wild what people can do. And some of it's really, really good.
People are talented out there.
Yeah. Kudos on making trash. So we do have a responsibility, though, to not spread that stuff. And we take that seriously. And of course, there's we have seen, I think it was even, was it Taeyang shared with Jimin? Like, it's funny sometimes when you do, what did he share? It was like elves or mermaids or something. When it's super obviously a joke and it's like, haha, it's funny. But when it's getting to the point where you can't tell if it's reality or not anymore, that's where we take a problem with it. We don't allow it in any of our spaces. If you've been around a while, you know that. And so, that's the kind of stuff we really take issue with. So,
or if we do allow it, it has to be clearly labeled.
Yeah, clearly labeled.
Yeah, clearly labeled.
So we do see it all the time in our Discord server and in our Facebook group, which is a huge part of why we have a moderation team. And we are very appreciative because our mods are really good at, if not immediately identifying the stuff as an edit, it at least sends up enough red flags that they're like, what do you guys think about this? And we all go on the hunt to figure it out. And then if we decide that it is an edit, we delete it. We message the person. It is our policy, if we delete something like that, to let the person know that we're deleting their post and why. If you've gotten one of those messages, we're not mad. It's just our policy to let you know that we're deleting it and why.
It's an FYI.
It's an FYI.
That way you don't go, where did my post go? Why is it on?
Yeah, exactly.
So we did have the idea to help people figure out, because what we do is not secret. And in order to determine that it's fake, it's not a secret. We'd like to help you guys have the tools to help figure out if stuff is fake or not. So we are hatching the plans for some kind of a video tutorial on how to do it. And yeah, the number one is a reverse image search.
Super easy.
Super easy. You can do it multiple ways from your phone, from a desktop. And yeah, looking at the results, it will tell you a lot about a picture. So yeah, that's one thing we want to help because there's just so much out there. And I was telling Quince today, there, even if faces aren't showing, I saw today a clip of someone, they're saying, oh, this is a member of BTS doing something that would be really shocking. It's not even that person. Like it's like an American
It's
actor.
not.
Like it's a completely different person. So
Yeah.
yeah, just don't. That's why we say we don't take any of this stuff seriously because it just
and
it's garbage.
in a more tongue-in-cheek approach that many of us here on the admin team take, when they are training a bank teller on how to identify counterfeit money, they do not let them touch the counterfeit money. They only let them handle real money. Because the concept is if you know in and out how the real feels and looks and smells, then it's easy to identify the fake. And so one way you can identify the counterfeits is to immerse yourself so deeply in all things Bangtan that you have seen basically every photo in
Every
existence
single photo.
of these 7 men, so that when the AI pops, it tingles your spidey sense, and you're like, I haven't seen that before. I don't think it's real.
Because there are a lot of times where we don't need to reverse image search. And that's because we have a team of people who have watched so much Bangtan content for this project and or maybe just on their own. That some people immediately go, that's not real.
Or that is real. I
That's
know
right.
which photo shoot that's from.
That is real. I can pull
Yes.
that up right now.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Let me go to my photo card binder.
It's just been cropped and
Yes,
filtered,
there you go.
and they changed the filter on it or something.
Yeah, but not everybody is watching tons of content for an internet project or has the time to. So that's what we want to do. And
Yeah.
you know, last but not least, that's what this tutorial idea is about, is that we
Yeah.
want to help out. And there's, again, we do also attract a lot of baby army to our project, which we love. And we know that especially when you are first beginning to navigate your way into the fandom, and maybe you're just navigating your way into K-pop in general, it can be really cool. Patricia, I love it.
Yeah.
It can be really, it can be tough to figure out how to know what's fake and what's not, what's AI and what. Some AI is really obvious. Others, like Katie said, so good. So that's what this is about. But also, don't be afraid to ask your fellow army.
Yes.
Because that's always a tried and true way to get to know also. Before posting or sharing anything, if anything, even if you have even the slightest question in your mind, or if it's something you've never seen before and you're like, maybe I should just ask before I share this, do, because like we said, because there's nothing wrong with people making fan art. There's nothing wrong with people creating AI in theory, AI pictures, and there's nothing wrong with Photoshop and things like that, as long as it's clearly labeled as such. Like, this is not real. That's fine. This is fan art. This is
John Jungkook is not actually Batman.
Yeah, he's not actually.
No,
that.
he's
They're
not.
actually elves.
Unfortunately.
But
Unfortunately.
it should never be passed off as real. That's when it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
It should, especially when they take other people's bodies and they put BTS's faces on other people's. That's not okay.
And also, this does not only apply to images, it does apply to videos. The fact that they speak another language makes it really, really easy for people to put fake subtitles on stuff. There are certain ones that go around and around and just never die, and they make me so annoyed because I'm like, oh, you didn't say that. So if you ever see something you're like, wow, that doesn't seem like something you'd say, or that's really savage, ask.
Yeah,
because a lot of
for example, a real quick one is Min Yoongi never fucking said that he can make your girlfriend scream with a single like or follow on social media.
Did not say
never
that.
Said it.
Never said it.
Subtitle. He did not say that.
And that one
is
will
a
never
fake
die.
Subtitle, and it keeps going around and
I mean,
around and around.
listen,
and around.
a lot of people
He never
would
said
want
it.
it to be true, but it's not.
Min Yoongi
It's not
also
true.
never said, he never said, life's a soup and I'm a fork. even though he's attributed to it. I have watched that live more than once personally with trusted subtitles from more than one source. He never fucking said it. He did not. So there's
But
a whole
Namjoon-
Ask AP529 on that one. Namjoon did say it, but he was not the originator of that statement either. So he
Never.
did not invent
Right.
that statement or write that statement, but he did say it. So
Right.
the more
And-
you know, rainbow star.
The exactly. And the more you know too, like I get it. There is a lot of content. I get it. So we definitely are here to help with all of it because there's like Japanese concerts that I haven't seen. There's like performances. Every once in a while I still come across a Yoongi pic that I have never seen on the timeline before, and it is a grand day because I always share it. It doesn't happen very often anymore, but it does happen. So even with us, we have to double check. So yeah, hopefully that helps. Hopefully that helps.
And we'll keep
Yeah.
sharing
Yeah.
details about the tutorial.
Yeah,
Last
yeah.
but not least.
So,
Okay.
so real quick, we're 79 days away from
Let's bring
having
it home.
BTS back as 7. Here we go. We're in the home stretch. We're almost there. Almost there. But it is sending some people into a bit of a tizzy. Okay?
Yes.
Specifically when it comes to, you know, your favorites. And, you know, Yoongi is my alt. And but let's just say, okay, I'm here to say, hi friends. Yoongi is fine. We don't we don't need him to break his promise when he said let's see each other in 2025. We know what he meant. He meant when I am done, you will hear from me. Okay? And I think we should respect that. And I know that it's hard sometimes because some people are desperate to just anything, let us know you're okay. He's okay. And the thing that makes me feel the best about that is that I know that even if I were, you know, one of the people responsible for making sure he is okay, you realize that there are 6 other Korean men in front of me to make sure that he's okay. Even if I was the top person,
Right.
that his 6 brothers are gonna make sure he's okay. And he's doing alternate military service, so the rules are different. And I know some of you know this, but the rules are different, and there's a precedent in place. It's better for him to stay out of the public eye, even though he's not serving on a base camp or in uniform. Which those AI photos of him in uniform, I'm just like,
No. No, please, no.
yeah, and plus it's out of respect for his fellow members who are in the traditional service. So it's out of respect. But I'm not
Right.
I'm not coming down. We're not as a project coming down hard on people that saying that they miss him because oh my
no.
gosh, like we definitely
We can't even
miss
talk
him.
We all
about it.
miss him.
Yeah, but it's okay, you know, to say I can't wait to see him again, and we like to joke like what their group chats sound like right now, or like what Yoongi's doing, you know, fixing the office copier and then complaining about the cheap pens and throwing out the cheap pens and making sure that he goes in and orders the expensive gel pens that he likes to write with. Like we do that kind of stuff just to kind of like comedically
Pass the
get
time.
ourselves over the fact, yeah, that we super miss him.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I think one thing to really keep in mind is as you are, you know, wanting to hear from him or see him or whatever, is people who have done alternate military service have been forced to repeat their service if it is determined that they were out in the public eye too much, or maybe it was determined that they might be working outside, you know, of their
Working on their other-
of their public service, their alternate military service. And so the last thing any of us want is for Min Yoongi to have to fucking do this again.
Yeah.
And us lose him for another couple of years. So as we're missing him and as we're wanting him to show himself or whatever, please bear in mind that that risk exists if he gets too much out there during that particular type of service. And there's a lot of people watching the way famous people in alternate service behave.
Yeah.
And so just keep that in mind, because the last thing we need is for us to lose him again because he did too much. So he said he would see us in 2025. He meant that he would see us when he got out, not it is now 2025. Where is he? He meant that he would see us when he get out. And so, at this point in time, no news is actually very, very good news.
Good news.
Not
Which is-
hearing
Let it
anything
happen.
about him
Yeah.
means he's doing great, guys.
Yeah.
He's doing
And-
great.
And he has a lot of content out that he put before he went into the military. So if you want to
Yes.
console yourself, I did it today. I was watching his videos. I was listening to his music. I was looking at the pictures of the white shirt from In the Soup because it's my favorite picture of him. We actually kind of worship it on the Yoongi thread in Discord every day. Every day. So you can always go to that.
Yeah. So all that to say, like, so basically, what is it not okay to be doing? In order to get us to that,
What
that
we're not going to do.
it's what's it not okay? It's not really okay to be continually posting on social media how worried you are about him and in an overly dramatic fashion, or how you just need to know that he's okay. He's okay.
He's doing great, guys.
Probably pretty
Working in
bored.
that office.
Whatever
Probably
he's
pretty
doing,
bored.
he's probably pretty bored and ready to get back to songwriting and BTS and producing and all of that. Because as Doc likes to say, let's be so fucking for real. Are these the posts that you want Yoongi to see? Because I guarantee you, he and other people in his sphere troll social media on burner accounts. And do you really want to see? You want him to see a post about that will make him feel guilty? Because people are like, I need to know he's okay, and he told us that he wasn't going to see us until 2025, and then we just had to trust him. Would you really want to? Do you really want to be making Min Yoongi feel guilty about that? I don't.
I don't.
This
I don't.
the little gentle parenting, as we said. Something, and it's something he
'cause-
can't over something he can't control.
Because at the end of the day, be so fucking for real. If Min Yoongi had a choice, he would have done normal service and gotten his ass out in 18 months.
Yeah.
He would not have gone alternative service if he was given a choice.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that choice was
He's
taken
got a
away
bum
from him.
shoulder, and he did not
So-
have a choice.
Yeah.
He did not have
Yeah.
a choice.
Yeah.
He could
I
not
mean-
control what happened to his shoulder, and so at the end of the day, like he wouldn't want to be in that service if he had a choice, but he is. So now we got to respect him in the fact that he's doing this, and he has to play by the rules that exist.
Somebody asked, "What do people think he's doing?" We don't know. We don't know what people think.
He's working.
I just like to imagine. I just like to imagine that he's cursing Microsoft Word like the rest of us do.
Asked,
you
what
know?
what do people think he's doing? As in, why do they think he's not fine? Like, that's why that's what they.
Because I think some people have a lot of anxiety, I think.
Separation anxiety.
And and I think I understand that, and especially what we all went through last year in regards to Yoongi. I think people have just a little bit of extra anxiety sometimes with him. But I think that there's better ways to do it. I really do feel that there's just better ways to do it. But anyway, I mean,
April said, "I think he's okay with Word, but Excel is the bane of his existence."
That's
awesome.
I just say paper jam if there is no paper jam. Anyway,
The way in
Anyway,
which I scream at a printer, I like to think Yoongi does the same.
Yeah.
listen, and the reason. Okay, hold on. But back up just a sec. The reason we felt the gentle parenting was necessary because we talk about this before we come on the interwebs and talk to you guys, is because we just feel like we're almost there and we just need to keep it together and keep it positive, because now's going to be, the finish line is like coming up, and now's going to be the time when there's just going to be a crush of people just talking about it, and good and bad. And so we just want you to have the most positive experience that you can have. Okay. And so take care of yourself. And if you're feeling a certain type of way about it, come into the Discord. We have a channel called Vent Into the Void, where you're not allowed to respond. Nobody's allowed to respond. You can just come and scream. And some people use that a lot. So yeah, we just want you to be, we need you to keep it strong. Keep it strong.
The wheels on. We're so
79
close,
days.
It's
79
almost there.
days.
It's almost there. It's a little bit over 2 months. That's it. We're done. We're almost done.
Yep.
And that's the end of our
We're
Gen
so
Tech
close,
campaign
guys.
for now.
We're so close.
Okay, let's bring it home. Reminders.
Christina.
Oh, so I said earlier, if you, my head was in Jungie land. As we said earlier, if you miss him, stream his music. Why not? Stream all their music, all their solo, all the OT7 discographies. And for those of you that want to see what the latest streaming goals are, we have a streaming charting voting channel in our Discord. We have several lovely people who scour all the social medias around the internets and bring all of that good stuff to one place. I also update the website when I can with those current goals. And so, yeah, it's a good place to hang out, grab some playlists. Streaming is not hard. It's literally just listening to the music. And all you got to do is click a playlist in one of those channels and listen to it. So, so come and check us out on that.
Yeah.
Doc.
Speaking of the Discord, we have watch parties and we have events over there. And we love hanging out. So we do a lot on the Discord. So every Thursday there is a watch party that happens for the European team, where they watch Run Gin together, is what they're doing right now. So that's the European time, which is the middle of the afternoon here in the US. So it's the middle afternoon on Thursdays for us. Anyways, weekly content watch parties happen on Thursday evenings. Quince hosts those, where she goes through the blog for the week and watches select content that she hand chooses out of that. It's a really fun time. In order to, if you don't like to read, you can listen to the blog read by the one who wrote it. It's really quite a lot of fun, actually. Anytime I get home from work early enough, I'm like hopping in on that thing. Like, I just want to watch it scream over a phone ton. It's really very fun. We do watch parties every other Friday for Run Gin, where we usually watch 2 episodes of Run Gin. Those are at 7 o'clock Central Time. We have a book club. We call it Namjoon's Book Nook. And that meets every other Saturday. Usually we took a hiatus due to concerts, but we're starting up again this Saturday. And we read a book and we talk about it like an actual book club inside of what should have been a book club. It happens inside the Discord. There's watch parties for European in the evenings, on Saturdays as well. There's our lives. There's Ginny's Kitchen on Monday nights. They're watching that watch party on the Discord. There's the European blog content watch party then happens in the middle of the week. And also there are random things that happen as things come up. Like if any of the admins or moderators are awake when Bangtan goes live, we jump on the server and we stream that together so that we can scream about it in the chat together. And those of us who do stream that have the automatic subtitles on our accounts. So there you go. Join us over there. We have a lot of fun. Hang out with us. Enjoy time with other people, and never Bangtan alone.
Never Bangtan.
Lisa.
Oh, that's me.
Back to you.
Once again, it is week 64 vlog.
Sorry.
Our last week of Gym March. You Are the Light in My Darkness is what it is called. You can find it at ap529.com/blog. Or even if you just go to ap529.com, it's on the main page. If you scroll down, you'll see the latest blog entries. last week of March. So we're talking about all things Muse in 2023, 2023 and 2024 for Jimin. So come and join us. It's for our watch party on it tomorrow. It's going to be a ton of fun. And check the blog out if you haven't seen it already. And next week, we'll be beginning a new member.
About this
This
guy.
way.
This guy there. Yeah. Our next live is in YouTube. It's on Sunday, Sunday the 30th of March. It happens at 8 p.m.
Nope.
Eastern time.
The date.
Oh, March 30th.
Yeah, we're
That's
in
right.
April
It's not
already,
March
my
30th.
friend.
Man, it's April. Okay.
The second.
It's April 6th.
Sunday,
It's
April
April
6th.
6th. The Sunday, April 6th at 8 p.m. Eastern time. I don't know which state I live in. I'm sorry. And 7 p.m. Central time. And I'm going to give you my little Spanish announcement very quickly. Para el capítulo 2 de AP 529, vamos a necesitar algún amigo o amiga que hable español. Por favor, contactarme, mandarme un DM por TikTok, mandarme un DM por Discord, porque queremos hacer contenido en español y me gustaría que lo hicierais conmigo. Así que contactarme lo antes posible. Y wrap it up, Katie.
Yep. Let me get that open.
Very nice. Yes, all of
Wrap
that.
it up, Katie.
Wrap it up.
Katie.
Wrap it up.
And yes, I would say
Okay, sorry, I had to. Sorry, go ahead.
I will say April for our friend April who wants us to say her name.
Keep saying our name.
Thank you for joining us for our first live of April. We'd love to see you around next week. We'll be back here next Wednesday, and we'll hopefully see you on Sunday as well. Thank you so much for being here with us, and yeah, have a great week.
We love you. Bora, hey, everyone. Thank you so much for spending
Hi, everybody. Have a good
To
week.
everybody who hasn't seen Hobie yet, if your concerts are in a few days, have so much fun.
Yes, have so much fun.
Yes.
So much fun.
Please
Travel
do.
safe.
We'll talk about them more on Sunday.
And,
Yep.
and gird
Yeah.
your loins if you have.
Bye.
Gird your loins. Take
Bye.
care.